right, hello everyone. Turn on that mic. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Why didn't my chat start? Greetings there, King. Yeah. Come on, start up. Of course, we're having technical difficulties today. Of course. I don't even have my other light on. Hold on. Oh. Alright, should have the other camera or the light up here in just a second. Chatbot finally starting up. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Audio check. How's it working? Everybody hear me? Coming in loud and clear. All right. Why do you have like 3 videos of yourself going? Yes, close that chat bot. Close that chat bot. There we go. Okay.
Greetings.
There we go. See? The chatbot's finally working. Welcome to the stream. Pawpaw's Projects. How's it going? All right. Let's see. Hope everybody's evening is going well. We'll get started here in just a minute. Doing some last minute checks, make sure everything's going. Okay. All right. So yeah, I got a little overzealous. Couldn't really wait too much longer, so I ended up going ahead and putting the rods on the E10. They finally came in, so I've been playing around with it, trying to figure out between the 3 sets of rods which ones were actually straight. So far, the ones that are on there now have not been binding at all. I've been going back and forth quite a lot, or bed movement back and forth quite a lot. The only downside right now is bed leveling is being a real pain. Even when I think I've got it, just like I do all my other printers, I home and then go to print, and it's still like, it almost like taps the bed edge, so it lifts up, you know, gets force lift up just a bit. But then when it's printing, it's almost like there's a low side and a high side on this flat glass, as Anycubic says that glass can't warp in any way. So I'm getting really crappy bed adhesion. One edge will hold it, then the other edge won't. But then as it's even printing the brim, or skirt for that matter, it's almost like instead of doing its micro lift and then drop for the retraction Z-hop to get to the next line, instead of doing it like I do all the other printers the same exact way, but for whatever reason it's wanting to do a lift, move over, and only half the drop. So then when it does the next line, it's doing the lift, move over, and half that drop. So then I start getting this stair step effect on the skirt brim before it's even gone to the part, but then it drops it all the way down. But then because it's still not getting good bed adhesion, it's still just not working out right. So I don't know what's going on. I've already reflashed it like 3 times. I don't know. It seems like the right edge, that right tower or Z motor or coupling, I don't know. Something is not moving quite as smooth as it should. So as it does those little lifts, it's like the one side rocks a little bit higher, or, well, yeah, it seems like it's staying higher. It's not dropping back down to being level. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that at the moment. One of the guys needs apparently me to link him. In, so let's send that out. Bam. All right. Okay, so let's go on here to the main page and get it to post something. Yes, it is with 119. But I've got one, and because it's the E10, it actually has the identical board to the A8. Hey, Matt, welcome. But yeah, the E10 has the same exact board as the A8. So I'm actually running the same config other than the bed dimensions and the starting home position because of the bed distance and the fact that it was supposed to be a longer bed. But that's really the only difference between the two. But it works fine on the A8. Well, I don't have that same type of issues with the A8. The A8 is just getting the initial Z height issue fixed. It wants to keep like forgetting where it actually is. All right, so I need to, there we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, welcome, Matt. Caught it on a good night to do little giveaway if you want to be a part of that. Yeah, it is a little bizarre. I don't know why the camera just like all of a sudden did that weird hit. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking of going back to 118 for that one just to test a theory, but I know I need to roll back to 118 on the Delta because the end homing sequence is just getting jacked with like crazy. I don't understand how a G28 at the end of a print means either the X or Y tower, the whole print head assembly just decides I'm just going to slam into it, and then I get a homing failed. It hasn't even moved on to the rest of the codes of turning off the fans and everything else. I don't understand why it's doing that, but it's been doing it more consistently. It's almost every single print now. So I can't quite figure that one out. And I never had any of those problems on 118 with all the exact same G code. So there's something screwy going on with 119, and I don't understand what. I've done a side-by-side load of 118 and 119, and the only real thing that I see different between the two configurations is that new stepper block, where it says, you know, you can identify all the different steppers. And with that new piece, because 118 didn't have anything defined, it says for 119, if you don't define it, then it will auto assume that it's a 4988 basic driver. And I've done it with that entire block being disabled, and I've done the enable it but leave the default 4998 as the option, because it's the stock Tri-Gorilla Anycubic board, and it doesn't seem to make a difference. But it sounds horrible coming down for the very initial ring print, the priming line. Didn't do that in 118 either. So I don't know. There's just something screwy going on with 119. But I love having the M701 and 702 load filament and unload filament commands. I mean, I've got my parking for color change working good. The parking position is right, the distance is right, and I hate to give that up, although it's a minor thing. But it's kind of like, I'm to the point now I'd rather have the motor and the movement be better than have the just a color change. That, I mean, the M600 still works, so it's not like I'm really losing out on it. Hey babe, welcome to the stream, but you are ineligible for the contest. Sorry, I already got all this stuff, so you can't keep it, because I can't keep it, so you know. But anyway, all right, so not that often. It depends. Like here recently, I would probably do a lot more, only because I'm doing different things for the kids. But in general, not a whole lot of color change, which is why I said the M600 still works just fine. It's just I like the load and unload filament where it already knows the length of the Bowden tube. It already has the purging speeds and all that, so I'm not having to manually do it. I just barely set it in, hit M701 or 702 to load or unload, and it takes care of it automatically. So it's kind of nice, but it's not like I have to have it kind of a thing. But you know, it's all good. Hey, Minnesota Maker, welcome. All right, so yeah, I didn't get to really show it off before. Let me see if I can actually get it going this time. But I came across another program. No, I don't want to do the out one. Let me do the inside. Yeah. Inside program, so that I can check like from home, kind of a thing. All right, so that part is working. Just had to make sure it's still up and running. All right, we'll go home. Okay, so let me share that screen over real quick. All right, so it's called Overseer. Has so far has been a pretty awesome program. I mean, it's simple, quick. It's actually just giving me all the feeds to all 4 of the printers, even though I got the 5th printer doesn't have a camera, and that's like hardly ever on. But if you click, say, on one of them, it'll make it full screen. But you can also, like, if it's on, you get the bed and heater temperatures. And if you click on the little box when it's got it, it'll like automatically open up your Octoprint, which is pretty cool. Okay, okay. And then when it's actually printing, you'll actually get this little light colored bar actually changes, and it'll give you kind of almost like a progress display. It'll get darker as it progresses through, and then there'll also be your play, pause, and like edit functions up in this upper corner, so you can manually adjust your print temps. You can pause the print, get the feed rate. I mean, it's pretty cool because it's using the API link to your Octoprint. So it was kind of a nice little add-on. Setup is crazy. I think the developer needs a little bit more of like a package. It would go over better. I tried the Windows one, and of course, just with Microsoft, it's not that great. There's always something weird that happens. This is actually running off of a virtual Pi instance. What am I running? I can't even remember the name of the program now. Let me pull it real quick. Come on. Yeah. It is VirtualBox. I couldn't remember the name. So yeah, in VirtualBox, I've got actually 2 virtual Pis running. One for the filament manager, and then one for this to host all the pieces. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice little program. I've been pleasantly pleased with it. But enough about that. So anyway, yeah, we were gonna work on a couple of things tonight. Let's see what I even said. Yeah, so the replacement rods, test print, and general maintenance, and then we'll get to the giveaways. So yeah, the plan this week. Anyway, I know it seems a little cheesy to kind of also do giveaway, you know, at only 50 subscribers, but I mean, I'm personally just really ecstatic that I've gotten this many. I was just kind of doing this originally just for the giggles of having something that I could share kind of my experience. I like the stuff that Matt was doing, Chris, Walter. I mean, all these guys are, you know, they're not super huge. They're getting there, but I was kind of inspired. I was like, you know, I might as well document my journey, especially with having the kids constantly interrupt me. And I was like, you don't see many things for. I'm not saying that you guys are doing anything bad in any way, but it was a little hard to connect with the fact of you guys aren't doing as much with like little kids or family. Not that I feel bad, you know, it didn't seem totally relatable to me. So I kind of wanted to fill the market with something like that, to be, here's an overstressed dad that just does this as a hobby and kind of fiddles around with it, and let's see how crazy it gets. I don't know, I guess 50 of y'all saw that it was decent enough, so hey, we're here, and I really appreciate it. So I figured, you guys got me to this point. We're almost to the first. We're halfway here to the 100, and they say that the first 100 is the hardest to get. So since we're already halfway there, and I've only been doing this for a couple months, I figure I'd at least give something back to the community. You know, I mean, it may not be much. We're talking, you know, of course, I don't want to open it to show you, because then that would kind of defeat the purpose, right? But I've got a set of print removal tools. I mean, they're not the greatest, but I mean, everybody could always use a little help, right? And then I've got, so like, it's still sealed in the package, right? A whole like bag of nozzles. I mean, they're only 0.4, but you know, who doesn't need nozzles? And then one of the channel, not really sponsor per se, but like one of the main guys that like really kicked me into getting all this going. He decided to involve a filament sample pack. I've already gotten one before. It's more for the like 3D pens, but they still work. I mean, it's 1.75, so if you have a direct drive, obviously you can get the maximum amount out of it. Or if you do a filament joining, you can push it all the way to the filament, you know, piece, and then I guess change it to whatever else. I mean, however you want to use it. But yeah, so he was gonna throw that in there for tonight as well. So we got those 3 different things. So we'll do the first drawing closer to, let's say, 8. And we'll open it up probably about a good maybe 5-10 minutes before that. I'll put another announcement. We'll get the whole thing going in the chat and all that. So stick around for about 8 o'clock. We'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, I guess let's get the E10 going. Some calibrations. 'Cause I still got to print like a new camera mount to get it on there because it's all the way over here and it really drives me nuts. Pardon the trash bucket there. Kind of moving stuff around here on this little space. I guess to start off, we just got to turn it on, right? Just do that. See if we can. If that'll work better. Is that coming in? Yeah, looking right at the nozzle, so that should work pretty decent. All right. All right. I don't know. There it goes. Yep. New subscriber. Thank you. Thank you. No, I think I'm good. Love you. All right. So kids may not be part of tonight, though. I may slip them in to at least do maybe the announcement, but they can't stay all night. They drove me nuts last week, and they've had way too much sugar today, so it's a little much for me tonight. But yeah, we'll get them in on the first one to at least get the first winner going. Again, we'll do that close to 8, and also for now, let's no, that's not the print stream. There we go. We'll get the E10 right up in front. Yes, I know the Maker Farm's camera actually doesn't even work right now, so I got to figure that out too. Of course, then again, I wouldn't mind selling the Maker Farm if anybody is interested, because I mean, it does 3mm filament, and I've already got enough going with 1.75. I don't know if I want to introduce, you know, a stock of 3mm as well. So, but yeah. All right, so let's get all these Octoprint instances connected up so we can start doing some calibration and printing and have some good old fun time. My wife would probably kill you for that comment there, Minnesota. So yeah, I don't know. That's it's kind of a good news, bad news situation, because yeah, won't mind when they move out, but at the same time, I don't want them to move out. I don't really per se have a problem with them staying. You know, it just so many crazy things going on in the world now. It's a little. Oh yeah. I get that you're kidding. There's just a lot of craziness out in the world today anyway, so it's kind of one of those. I don't know how comfortable I am with just sending them out in the world, you know, because I mean, even I went through some craziness, but I mean, I know that eventually they're going to have to learn and deal with it, so. All right, we're almost to Octoprint 1 or 13 1.3.10, if I got the number right. Yeah, I guess if they stay home, they can help out with the bills, right? It's always a good arrangement to have. All right, so what should we print? Let's do our boring test cube. No, you know what? I'm not going to do a test cube. Let's do centering bed target. That way, make sure I've got it lined up anyway. Where did my file go? There it goes. Alright, Google Drive. By the way, how many of you guys actually use, like, cloud services, per se, to, like, move your, or store your STLs? Because I've been using, like, Google Drive. Yeah. If you read some of the upper chat there, babe. They were just joking, though. Just joking. Talking about kicking the kids out of the house, but no. Anyway, so yeah, I've been using Google Drive to like host all my stuff, and I get really picky about the file structure. But it works. I mean, I can find stuff pretty quick, but man, it eats up space like crazy. And that's not taking into account of like the time lapses or anything else. It's strictly just STLs and my Marlin configuration files, so that whether this computer or my other computer, I can bounce between and just save something one spot and I can get them on both. But still, I'm like having to log into Google like all the time until it, okay, purge the trash bin, because the Google Drive just gets overrun. It's just a little crazy. Hey, Rover. Kind of got the automated thing for a couple of you guys, so I may have to add some more people in here now. Y'all are starting to really gang up on me. All right, so centered target. Well, I've got, it's not on the Pi that it's running out of space. It's literally the Google Drive on my desktop is. It gets a little crazy sometimes. All right, so we will put that target. It's on Octopi 4. All right, that's good. 4. Loaded. Let's preheat. Do 55 instead of just regular 50. See if that works better. Cool. All right, so that one's going. So I got some of the new parts printed out for the new ANET extruder housing, though I don't like personally the fact that I'm going back to an E3D clone that is going to be Bowden supported again, but I just can't find a good mount for a BL Touch with the stock setup that doesn't get in the way with either the fan, or then I find one that works and then it overheats because I don't have the extruder fan on in the right spot, or it's always something. And I'm kind of getting tired of it because it's, that one's got some leveling issues. Those rods are bowed or something. I don't know. And I don't really want to spend the money to convert it to an AM8. So I've been just trying to limp it along. But when I had it originally on Bowden, it worked just fine. It was just, I wanted to keep at least one direct drive, but a lot of the setups that I'm seeing are just a little too over the top for me. So probably won't do any of those. But I gotta assemble that whole thing. We may try it tonight if we still have time to kind of take apart the A8 and put that all together. But I have to make sure I put the all metal hot end throat on that one because I've got that IGUS filament that I really want to try printing out too. So, all right, bed and nozzle are heated. So let's get some bed leveling check real quick. Let's go over here. See, it went out again. Six. Come on, stop resetting. No way that it's that low. All right, anybody else's caliper set go absolutely nuts on them? They do small movements, it's okay, but then like I'll rotate it and it like, I don't know. This thing is driving me absolutely bonkers. Okay, 3.2. I don't want to move you anywhere. Well, it's the right height. Okay, so we didn't get thrown off too much. Alright, well. Okay. Let's try. Try to print dark blue. Yep, go. All right, there we go. Oh, it's at 57 now? Sweet. I haven't even checked today. Yeah, you know what, King, I actually went to Harbor Freight, and I know it's not like the best judge, but yeah, see, bed level is off again. See, I zeroed the bed out, and then it does that crap where it's too high. It does that all the time. It's like the start G code versus regular G code gets all crazy, but I don't understand why. Especially if it's the same one. Anyway, so I went to Harbor Freight and I got one. It's the I don't even know where's the name of it. Whatever their in-store brand. Can't even remember. Anyway, so I got this little one, and it's metal framed. It's not, you know, the carbon fiber little plastic thing, but it's a full metal framed one. It's only a 6 inch or 4.5 inch or 4 inch, excuse me. But it does do the 3-digit, so I use that for like my filament calibration versus just the other one I do for generic stuff. But even then, sometimes this one I'll have to reset a couple times. That one though, here in the last week, and it may be just the battery, but like I'll move it out, it'll hold, but then as soon as I get over to that right tower, all of a sudden it just goes and it just jumps all over the place. I can't figure out like what in the world it's doing. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Okay, so see, that's the same exact, well, you guys can't see it, but the start G code that I've got for that E10 is the same exact one on the big Tronxy. Yeah. Every part of it. I mean, it's an exact duplicate copy. There's no difference between it. But for some reason, it just, like, it's like the middle of the bed all of a sudden is just too low. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, because when you level it, everything is fine. But it doesn't, I don't know. I guess for just giggle's sake, I mean, we can always, we could do one like that, big old print. So this is only going to take 5 minutes to do. It's supposed to cover the whole bed, so maybe it is bowed. We'll see here pretty quick. Oh, they eat the batteries? Oh, welcome, Thinker Guy. Yeah, and like I said, it may be the batteries that's just causing it. I just noticed, like, I mean, I don't use the calipers probably anywhere near the amount that I should, but I mean, it doesn't seem to have any other issues other than when I measure with on this printer. I don't know if something's just not grounded right or if it's getting more interference. Oh no, I haven't seen Scott. Probably ought to message him just to make sure he didn't forget. I mean, it's kind of his addition. Where's Scott? There he is. Yeah. Well, at least now it's sticking. Maybe we finally got it. All right. Yeah, coffee's not bad. What is it, like a couple of, like early AM for you? Three AM? Jeez. Well, thanks for at least swinging by. You only got like 17 more minutes to find out if you won part one of the contest. So since this is kind of a 3-hour stream, I guess we'll do 8, 9, and then we'll bump it just a little early. So maybe we'll do just a hair before each. So we'll do it maybe 10 minutes prior to the hour. So we'll do the 8 and then a 9 and then right before closeout, like 10 minutes to 10 kind of a thing. Sounds good. Oh, so we got a 3-piece. It's 50. It's my 50 subscriber like kind of get back. I know it's early, but you know, hey, I got a little excited. I got some extra stuff I wouldn't mind giving out. So yeah, Rover, it'll probably be you. Like you won last time, the real and fake contest. I don't know how in the world the computer thought that you were going to be the mastermind behind it all. All right, that's just looking like spaghetti. I don't want that to continue anymore. All right, cancel. I already hit cancel. Come on now. It's not that many lines of code. There you go. Well, German printing nerd, if you was it? Is it Don? But yeah, if you stick around or help spread the word to get it to 100 subscribers, we'll do another contest. I don't mind. I'll do some of the big milestones for me. I'm gonna try to go to Murph. I really want to go this year, but with the 3 kids, it's a little interesting. We'd have to definitely drive because flying, yeah, that would break the bank definitely. Alright, so I need to go. Yeah, get that nozzle out of the way. Let's get it clean versus fresh. Nozzle should be adequately clean now. Let's get the bed to be clean. Most of the movement, if you see any on that E10, the front fan portion is not fully secured with the top screws because, frankly, I just haven't got to that point yet. Let me get this plate back on so maybe we can print something with the trunks tonight. I want to get the other bed clip retainers going so that I don't have to keep messing with this thing. All right. All right, let's see, what would be, I have invited you to, oh, okay. I'll check out the Discord thing here because I have one, I just never use it. I mean, up in the, yeah, over there in the top edge of the screen is supposed to be the Discord chat, but I don't know. I hope I got it integrated right, but I don't know how to really use Discord yet. That's something new for me. Alright, let me just get something sliced up on the trunksy here. Oh, my camera went out. Move it back over. Get this screwed down just a little more so it's stop moving. Adjusting on me, hopefully. Alright. That should do better. Alright. Alright, let's throw, what do we want to throw at the trunksy? I've got gray in there right now. Let's change that. Bed. I don't know why that one messes up. All right. We need that light holder on the E10 anyway. So where is? Don't need storage drawer. Is that it? Yep. There's the. X-axis piece. There we go. Prepare to print. 26 minutes. Should be good. Even though I'm slicing it high, it only still, the speed will catch it at 77-ish. Right? Yeah, about 70. Okay, let's get that one going. Preheat. Slow rise of the bed. Greyhound's not a bad idea, though. Finding hotel space and all that, that's kind of where I'm a little worried. Let's see if we can get center of the bed in focus there. The camera. Oh, good. So it's almost spot on. That'll work. Okay. Let's print this thing out. Great. I know. Well, that'd be cool if Tom gets there too. Well, of course, I say cool like if I can actually make, be able to go and everything, then that would be pretty cool. Come on, you're not done heating up yet? In case you missed last stream, we did do the E3D hot end on the Tronxy, so that's actually installed now, and yeah, so far it's been printing pretty outstanding. So alright, well it is 5 till. I know I said I was gonna do 10 till, so we will go ahead. Where is my button? Button. Who's got the button? Ah, it's hidden. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Get this thing going. Alright, so we are going to do... The next time I'll do it the right time frame, so... There we go. So for the next 5 minutes, it'll track you guys. So yeah, do the exclamation prize exclamation. That'll enter you in. Oh, got a bunch of people already jumping in. Cool. There we go. Rover's got it. My doll's got it. I almost need to see how to get it where it doesn't do that confirmation, because I'm sure some people probably find that a little annoying. Right there. Oh, it's just a checkbox. There we go. Alright, so now it won't berate everybody as they join in. It'll just give it to me on my screen. So at least that'll be for the first one. So yeah, for my 2 contests, and I guess we can see what you guys think, but for this first one, we're thinking of doing that'll be your first entry into the pool versus like the second contest versus the filament contest piece. And at least for my two, maybe do like a spin the wheel to be like, okay, well, you won in the first set. So between the two prizes, spin the wheel, and whichever one it lands on, that's the one you get. And then second contest winner, that's they get the other prize. Unless you guys don't like that, and let me know before the end, and we'll figure something else out if need be. I mean, I don't want. I mean, this is the first real contest that I'm running, so just trying to get a feel for it. But since this is going to be the mass one, and let me get a close up of that first layer right there. Just that hair low on that side, but other than that, it looks good. Cool. First layer going down good. So I figured if you can see the camera feed over there, middle. Was going to try to keep just the head at the very top edge of the camera. And it's a fixed mount camera, so as the bed lowers, it's always going to catch that top half so I can see if something messes up, even though this isn't a big print, so it's not going to drop a whole lot, but at least that way I can kind of keep an eye on it better. All right. Oh. Well, there's a baggie of nozzles, all 0.4. It's 2, 4, 6, 8. Bag of 10 nozzles. Get the unopened bag of print removal tool. I mean, they're not the greatest, but you know, they work pretty well. So that's the two pieces I'm doing, and then there's a filament piece we're going to get in later. Alright, still got a minute to go. Ooh, trolling, you're catching it just in. Hit prize. Get entered into the contest. Exclamation prize, exclamation. Oh, you got to put the exclamations on either side. There you go. Just under the wire. And there's the 8 o'clock bell. All right. We will close that giveaway. Alrighty. And where's my cool sound effects? I gotta figure out my sound effects. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Here's the winner. Oh, call it a bang symbol. There you go, Matt. Nice. Congrats. Sorry, Rover, you didn't win that time. I think the system caught on to you. Won't let you do it. Alright, so, Matt. Shoot me an email, or if this thing does do the whole winner message thing, yeah, send me address and I'll send it out to you. Unless you feel like, oh well, yeah. So either you've got me on Messenger, so you can even send it that way. You don't necessarily have to send it email, but either way, just shoot it to me and we'll get it going. Congrats, congrats. Oh, I just looked over at the giveaway, and apparently I actually closed the giveaway with either 1 second or 1/100th of a second. I don't see which one. I think it's just 1 second. I forced it closed like 1 second before the automatic timer would have ended anyway. Huh, that's pretty cool. But anyway, congrats. And we'll move on from there. So yeah. Bam, that's how we're gonna start this evening off. So yeah, the next contest we will do at 10 to 9. Or second prize, I guess I should say. Not stratting. Man, I can't spell. Starting at 8:50. There we go. Oh wait, it's in the bit there. Okay. So yeah, just like my view, if we do that overseer, which I'll bring it back real quick. Bam. So pull this over just a bit. So see, now it's got the pause, stop, and then you can actually go to the gear or the wrench, and then it'll give you your overall progress. It'll report your temperatures. You can do your feed, flow, and fan. I mean, it's a pretty neat little program here. And that way you can just kind of check out all your cameras and get stuff going. Because what I figured is every now and then I might do like a live push of just the prints and not like so much be interactive part, and then I can just push that up there, and then people can kind of see what I'm working on, almost to the point where I can have 4 consistent printers doing what they're supposed to be doing once we get this E10 figured out. Let's see. Process. Being at E10. Yeah. All right. Okay. I guess let's throw the normal like calibration cube and just move it maybe into a different area of the bed. Oh, come on. Why aren't you pulling up now? Windows always drives me nuts. It's always got something to say. Okay, calibration cube. I don't like the XYZ cube. I think that honestly just takes too long to print for... Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha, Matt. Alright. But yeah, I just find that the standard calibration cube, the XYZ one, is just... I don't use it for that. I use, like different methods for calibration, but I use just it's a 25 by 25 just straight cube. But I always print it hollow anyway, and that's mainly to just get my dimension check, or a dimension spot check. But then really it's just the filament, make sure that the extrusion multiplier is set to the right level, because not everybody gets that right. And I think there's personally a lot of bad information that goes out on how to make that calibration. So I usually do it a little bit different. But so far it's been working fine for me. I mean, all my top layers, bottom layers, they all look good. Once you get some of that stuff done, I mean, I think personally it just comes out better and it's really fast. So it's just a bed level thing that I always have a weird issue with for some reason. Alrighty, hey Bubba. You going to bed? Yeah. Okay. Oh! You want to say hi real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Whoa. Steal my back scratcher. Yeah. It's right there. Don't worry about it. My doggy. My baby girl. You going to bed?
Yeah.
Ugh. Say hi.
Hi. Baby.
Silly girl. Alrighty.
Are you
okay,
working
Bubba?
on?
What's wrong? Hold on. I understand, Bubba. I understand. But we're doing a lot of stuff with moving around, and we'll do it next week. We do it every Saturday, and you've been on all these other ones. It's okay. You get sleep for tonight, and then you can be on next week's. Okay? It's alright. Don't worry. And I'll even pull out and make sure the pen is all set up so you can play with both pens if you want. Okay? Alright. You get some good sleep. You wanna say hi? Okay. Honey, it's okay. We do this every Saturday, so you can just be on the next one. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright, Bubba. Alright, well. Hey, Dougie. Go. You gonna say hi? Oh, you're too short. There's the doggy. Say hi. Yeah. Yeah, she's my buddy. She hangs out with me all the time. Got her a new rope piece from the dollar store earlier, and it didn't even last like an hour in the house, and she shredded it all over the house. So, dogs. Anyway, so yeah, the kids, of course, the oldest, he's upset. He usually joins me on my live, and he's been kind of, like I said earlier, a little too much sugar today, so he's been a little bit off. So he was kind of looking forward to the contest to kind of announce it and all, but it's, you know, sometimes things happen. Plus he plays with the pen all the time and he gets in the way, but you know. Anyway. Yeah, I feel, man, that's also why I bumped the whole live session up a whole hour, because ending at 11, then doing my wind down, and then getting in bed. Man, it was like lucky if I'm getting in bed before 1 o'clock, because I still played with the printers after it. So it's like I needed to bump it earlier so I can actually go to bed when it's still today and not waiting until, you know, tomorrow morning rollover before I finally am laying down. But yeah, so let's see if this cube, I'm putting the cube all the way at the front end of the bed. Maybe it'll actually, there is a dip in that one for some reason. Maybe we can get this one doing it a little bit better. What's wrong, baby? But yeah, in case anybody's wondering, that is the standard Ultra Base, the 220 by 220. I know an E10 is usually a 220 by 270, but that original bed actually had some gouges in the copper plate, and even though it still worked, it was kind of a safety concern for me, so I didn't really want to mess with it too much. it's a little hard to see, but that cube is starting to come out a lot better. Good deal. All right. Yeah, if I was getting up at 5, yeah, I'd definitely have to shift it as well. Why are you opening a window now? I haven't clicked on anything for File Explorer window in a while. No, you're still just chewing the rope. Okay. Cube is blowing along. All right, 3 more minutes and it'll be done. Or 2 more minutes. It should be done just fine. Cool. So I'm gonna have to figure out why the center of the bed is having some issues. And I betcha it's a bed leveling or a dip in it that would probably benefit from a 3D touch or BL touch. And sadly I only have one. Stealing the dog. Alright, so what else can we do? Let's try let's just see how bad the AA is doing. So I haven't messed with that one in a while. Let me see something on this. Oh. And linear advanced calibration, I think I'm going to need to tweak it on the Tronxy. I think the default settings are starting to act a little weird. The gear, instead of, you know, slowly just pushing, it's doing a rocking motion. A little weird. Anyway, alright, so let's get over to the A8. Drop that down. 0, 1. I'll drop the cube on that one as well, just to make sure everything is lined up. What have I got? Oh, no wonder it was so slow. Okay, there we go. There we go, 7 minutes. Still a little bit slow, but you know, hey. Okay. Control. You need to adjust that camera. That's a little weird showing the. Hey, Scott. Yeah, everybody was wondering where you were at. They were getting a little excited. Alright, let's get this thing preheated. Almost there. Camera, well, yeah, it's on the E10. It's not. You know, focused on a good printer. Here, we can even do that printer. We can do that. See, the E10. I mean, the Trunksy. It's working. Ooh, what's that? Layer separation? Oh, see, I told you something. I don't know. There's something funky going on with my download of 119. It seems like little issues sprinkling all over the place. We'll figure it out. Probably just something I didn't type in right. It's usually what people say. Alright, we will get A8 going here in just a minute. Yeah, I think I'm just going to roll all of them back to 118 because it seems like the fight to do 119 just to really get the linear advance that I don't use, I haven't calibrated, and the M701, 702 load and unload scripts, which I don't use very often. I mean, because I don't do color change very often, though it's kind of a nice thing to have, but it seems like too much work. But yeah, Scott, I guess the initial plan was to do about 850 would be contest prize number 2, and then 950 to be contest prize number 3. So we already did the nozzles, so the bed print removal tools could be next, unless you want to snipe the second slot for the filament. You let me know, and then we'll do the opposite for the last one, whichever order you want to do it. Since you were kind enough to help out with that filament piece, I'll take your lead on that one. Or I guess whatever else yours was doing, if I don't have all the details correct. Alright, 62, that should be close enough to at least do the filament. Let's see. There we go. I haven't done too many upgrades to the A8, so really I've done a new motherboard case. It's got a swinging door that's held by a filament piece to get the hinge. I've done a Z fine-tune adjustment knob with the corresponding Z switch removal. So instead of being on the back acrylic to turn it 90 degrees onto the, so it points just outside of the Z motor, so the X, you know, can kind of have the kickoff piece. I did the, you can just barely see it when the bed is, well, I don't know if you can see it at all, but there's a set of brushes, the bed brush, so to clean the nozzle right before print. Front and back bed brace, the Y tensioner, and then the top T frame little clips. Other than that, it's been like just my camera mount for the bed, the screw rod little bolt down brackets. Oh yeah, Scott definitely did that brush, and it's worked out great. That's about it, really. I can show you an inside view of the case. Hopefully, let me get this camera around. No, I don't want to move that. There we go. Hopefully, y'all don't get too awful sick. So there's the brackets that I was talking about for the screw downs. I got them on all four. There's the back frame brace, the front frame brace. I got the circular fan, which I'm going to be changing out to a different one with the new assembly. There's the Z fine-tune adjustment with the bracket for the switch. And then the motherboard case in the back. And then those top T-piece. And then I just have everything wrapped. I've got the BL Touch little connector ready to go because I was doing it about, made the disconnects for the whole hot end assembly. But underneath, see, there's the factory power supply. And then I've got the upgraded, well, let me get these things out of the way here. I've got the upgraded, there we go, the upgraded 30 amp, and then the Raspberry Pi controller in the back. And then I do have one MOSFET right there, that blue light, for the bed. And then it's got the Wi-Fi power switch all the way in their back, the big white like contraption there. That's the Wi-Fi power plug. And then the only other thing was I added on this custom print that I made to hold my white and my UV, so I can charge up some of the glow in the darks. So, but yeah, sorry, not trying to get everybody sick with all the movement there. Oh, okay. You have a 5 meter of GT tube belt. Okay, so would that be a fourth prize, or is that included with the filament to be like a double prize? Okay, well, I mean, you'd be the one sent it if you want to. You tell me. I mean, I'll. You're kind enough to throw in something, so if you would rather it be broke up as 2 possible prize entries, that's fine. If you want to do 1 big prize entry, that's fine. Yeah, but I mean, you're throwing in a 4th item that I wasn't even thinking of. I mean, I appreciate it, but you know, always throw something crazy. Hey, welcome, David. If you're still here, Matt, yeah, thanks for the comment. I didn't see it pop up right away. Well, David, first you have to enter into the contest. We've already closed the first one, so we got another one coming up. True, you definitely could. I mean, but we can't do everything in the one night unless you really want to, and then I'll throw another one in there. I mean, technically we have what? It's almost 8:30, so we got another 23 minutes till I was gonna start prize number 2, which I mean, I guess I'll do the print removal tools. That way, it just my part will be done, and then any other contest that you want to randomly throw in, we can always just adjust time slots and throw it as it goes. I mean, if you're willing to throw extra prizes, I'm willing to host it. Oh, David, you gotta be patient. Patient. We'll open it up. All right. Distractions. I'm trying to get this print going. I gotta get this calibration cube. All right. No, I need to do bed leveling first. I gotta check the front or the bed level. All right. Hopefully I didn't click on something crazy there. Yep, sure did. All right. Control. There we go. All right. Let me get this first. Point 1. Spot on. Too much. Woo. Man, that thing moves so fast sometimes. There we go. All right. All right, well, at least bed adhesion is good on that one. Wow, Scott, they didn't give you like plans for the property and show you all the water lines? I mean, personally, I would think like the city should have been able to give. Well, I mean, I know you're not going through the city first, but I mean, I think that those guys might have had something on file. I mean, it's. Oh, the real E3D is hands down so much better. I mean, the filament flow has just been spot on. Other than the weird issue I'm having tonight, I think part of it is I overcooked trying to dry out this filament, the gray. I think it sticks a lot, so I'm wondering if it's causing enough like ripping off of the spool, you know, to separate. It partially fused. I think it's causing enough to throw it off, because the few times that I got a section that wasn't like that, it printed just fine. So, but compared to the clone was like just eating it. It wasn't even like printing solid. So yeah, this This E3D, like for real, is doing hands down awesome. Guess I was looking for something different. Do you ever have issues with the part cooling fan on the E10? Donald, yes. The E10 is using a new whole custom mount because the factory one is kind of crappy. The nozzle, the blower wasn't even like directing the air down enough, and I got it on pretty decent on this one. I think though the little tiny radial fan that they include is just not powerful enough. So I think I might be doing something different with it, but I don't know for sure. It's been a long time since I've had the E10 printing to begin with because of the bad rods. I finally got, after what, 3.5 months of waiting on China, back and forth of what I ordered till they finally showed up. So it's been a venture, to say the least. Hey David, what did you mean you were looking for something different? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? And a blower fan. I was thinking of doing linear rails on it, but the cost is just, I don't know. that might be something to look into, but then again, now that I finally got a good set of rods that are not bowed, like every other time I've tried to do it, it'll, oh, okay, to enter for the giveaway. Yeah, we're just about to, what, another 15 minutes, and, oh, yeah, sorry, he was, talking about adding in something else, so, so for contest number 2 here in like 15 minutes, we'll do the print removal tool. Little package here. All right, well, of course, now that I was given all that grief about the A-net not printing well, and that's why I wanted to change a whole mount, now it wants to print just fine. I'm thinking part of it, honestly, had to do with it's not in frame, but the extruder fan that they put on there that was crap and not doing anything. I've actually just got it sitting on top of the motor right now because the motor was getting extremely hot, especially when I was printing PET-G. So I think that was it's looking like that was more of my issue, was just the extruder motor was getting overly cooked, and now that the fan's on there cooling it all down, it's probably doing just fine. Because I wasn't getting like heat creep issues. It was oh, it's on the trunk seat. I still got to reprint the Pet Fang mount. I printed the other one as a test because of the different E3D mount itself. I printed the Pet Fang blower at a really crappy resolution, but it was just enough to get it on there so I could test that piece of it, and it fits awesome. So I'm going to print it at a lot better quality. But yeah, so far, I mean, it's the, gosh, Lee, I can't get these directions. It's the middle one, the second one down. Is the X5S. Rods very cheap and print quality. Okay, so you're talking about linear rods or the linear rails? They're where did you think? Donald, yeah. Are they, which printer do you talk? Are they the same? Is what the same size, David? The clone versus the real? Oh, okay, yeah. I had to actually argue with ANET because on their when I opened up a ticket with them, they were like, "Oh, we'll just go to our Amazon store," and I said, "I can't go to your Amazon store. You have nothing for the E10 on there," and I said, "Especially the rods that I need," and they were like, "Well, can you take us a picture of what the rods look like?" I'm like, "It's your printer. It's the E10, the only printer that you have that only has one set of rods. It doesn't even have it on the vertical. That's an extrusion." So I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. After arguing with them back and forth, and took a picture, then they finally go, "Oh, well, we custom put an order up there for you to be able to order the replacement Y rods." So I put in the order, took a month, opened them up, set them on the table, rolled them, and you hear boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I sent a video picture of it. I was like, that's unacceptable. It's like a day one I open it and it's bowed like that. Come on now. They didn't want to answer, so I sent it through Amazon. Then all of a sudden they answered right away and they were like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll send another set out." Open those up. Boom, boom, boom. I said, come on now. This is now 2 months into this whole process. This is ridiculous. So they said they were gonna soft pack a different thing, and they came in and finally I got a set that's not bowed. So now they're on it and it actually prints. Let me go get that print actually. So now I just got to do a bit of tweaking on it, but there's a cube. Come on, focus. Let's see if I can get it. Where's my camera control? Did I hide away the camera control? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see if I can. What's a good light to get the layers? No, I don't want to zoom. Where's the focus? Oh, there it is. Okay. There. All right. So yeah, there's only a little bit of linear advanced stuff on that bit, but that's with the modified blower. So that's not too bad of a print for really and truly the first real print. Come on. There we go. All right, now I'm making focus. It's been down, like I said, for about like 2 months. So that's actually not too bad of a starting point. Little bit of ringing, but for the most part, it's pretty spot on. But yeah, that's unfortunately a Max fan, so I think it's just that style blower is just gonna be crap no matter what. So I'm thinking about changing that out anyway. See how the ANET did. Little bit better quality overall, but there is a little bit of Z banding. It's space, so something is not quite catching right. I don't know if I can get it to show you very well. Let's see. Autofocus off. There, yeah. See the concentric lines. Let's see if I can get it focused in. No. Seems like right about in here is good focus. Since it doesn't want to do auto very well. There we go. That should show you. So it's got some spaced out lines. So something is still a little bit off on it. But hell, before I couldn't even get it to like print. So maybe it's just this thing is, it was that fan. Now that I put it on, now it actually wants to start acting right. Go figure. All right, let me catch up on this. So, round rods are limited. I'm not sure. I'm talking about the X-axis extrusion being replaced with linear rod. Oh, okay. So no, I have not done that. Honestly, don't plan on it because my carriage actually, I reprinted a whole new carriage that actually has a tensioning screw on the bottom, so I can get it nice and snug, and I don't have any of the vibration issues going across the extrusion at all. So I haven't made any plans to add the double linear rods on it. Personally, I think that's a waste. Mainly because my X5S, the Core XY computer, printer, it does the same thing. It's got the rollers on top of the extrusions into the slots, and it just goes back and forth on that. And so far, I haven't had any issues with that either. So, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't like the rods on the A-net because I've already had to swap them out because they got a bow in it right in the middle, and you could see it when it was, every time I got to the middle, it would bury itself, which is why I had to put the Ultra Base, because it just destroyed my original bed. I swapped it to this newer rods, and so far it's been doing pretty good. It's on the IGUS bearing, so I don't know if it was just an unfortunate set of rods that I ended up getting originally, but since I've swapped them out, I haven't had a problem. But I think having two rods like that, to me, is a little more frustrating than just to have a solid metal extrusion going across and just having rollers on it that you just tension or loose, and then you can get them pretty well centered. But again, just my personal opinion. Yeah, it's 700 millimeter. Jeez, King, you're lucky, because these are just 420 and they couldn't get them right. Ordered some rods and they were taped together, wrapped in bubble wrap, and a thick ball tube. Mine, I would love for mine to have been like that, Drolan. Mine were literally soft wrapped in bubble wrap, and I mean soft like the bubble wrap wasn't even taped to itself. It was just rolled in the bubble wrap, and that was it. And then they put it in a custom, let's cut up a box and make a triangle and then tape it together. So it wasn't holding up very well either. It was pretty banged up when it got here. So I was expecting a lot worse. I'm actually really surprised that these rods aren't bent. Looks like a flow issue. It could be. I haven't calibrated the E10 at all since. Oh, a flow issue on the A-net or the E10? Which one were you talking about, Scott? David, I don't normally print test cubes other than these, and the only reason I do these, like I said, is a dimensional verification after I've already done the calibration. But I test the extrusion multiplier because I use Simplified 3D, or I guess it would be considered the flow rate. But I test the thickness of one wall, making sure it's giving me that accurate. I asked for 0.4 wide. Yeah, are you giving me 0.4 wide so I can get the extrusion multiplier correct? And then once I've got that, most of my stuff has been pretty well dimensionally accurate. Oh, I did a here, I'll even throw it in here. I have a calibration sheet that I worked on. Though I need to do a revision. What am I on here? Calibration. It is version 1.2. So yeah, I need to do a 1.3 or even just a 2.0. I need to change that back out, but get a shareable link. Yeah. Anyway, I get sidetracked so easy. Apologize for that. There we go. So that's the sheet that I worked on. The only difference is I need to cut out based off of Scott's, like, I need to do something before bed. Thanks for the giveaway. Good luck. All right. Well, I mean, Matt, if you only stayed for like 3 more minutes, we'll open up the second giveaway. But if you need sleep, go ahead. No rush. But yeah, the sheet is kind of thing that I've been working on the side, and I just wanted a sheet to actually type it in. But I've got the only thing I need to change on there based off of Scott kind of pointing it out to me that I was overthinking it. There was an XYZ calibration print that was doing 100 on the X and Y and then 50 on the Z, and then you just take your calipers and measure it. But it takes like anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, depending on your resolution, to finish the print. And Scott even brought up a good point. Oh, why do that when you can just put a ruler on the bed and do the same measurements that we were thinking of, you know, starting at 0, measure out your ruler to 0 that out, and then just tell it, move it 50, move it back. How was it off? Move it 100, move it back. Was it off? You know, and do that a few times. Adjust your E steps that way for those different directions, and then you save yourself not even having to print at all. And I started doing that, and that took me down from an hour and a half to get the XYZ on 1 round to I can do 3 or 4 rounds in like 20 minutes. Calipers, not a ruler. Sorry, yes, calipers. But E-steps, I mean, they're the same kind of no matter what method you use. Everybody kind of does the same thing. Tell it to extrude, measure it. The only thing I got was just extrude it really slow to get a base measurement, and then do your normal print speed and then measure it again and see if it's still able to keep up with that speed, or if the higher speed is throwing it off, and then you've got some other issues that you kind of need to worry about. So yeah, I've been playing around, and of course my sheet is, like I said, 1.2, and I already need at least a 1.3 or a 1.4 version. So I may work on that a bit tomorrow, tidying up the sheet and then republishing kind of input that I've received, stuff like that, that Scott kind of pointed out, and make it a little bit better. All right, but I think I've been rambling a little bit too much, so here we go. We are going to we're doing a 5-minute timer, and here we go. We are going to start giveaway number 2. Again, this is going to be, oh, I guess let me show you kind of what it is. It is the print removal tools. I mean, they're not high quality, but, you know, again, it's just something to kind of give away. So make sure you use the exclamation on or the bang bangs on either side, exclamation points either side. We'll let that go for the next 5 minutes. And I do not have it set to if you won before, then you can't win again. So if you're still here, Matt, you can throw it in. If not, you already left, well, I guess you're not getting the prize. And then, so yeah. We'll get that going. All right, so let's get, what else do we want to print or test print. We've got yellow in there now, and then I've got gray on the other one. Let's see how well the Troxy did. Okay, so I guess I should have double checked my bed level beforehand. It's not that great. There's the screen. Gotta clean all these beds. Jeez. Alright, says we still got about 3 more minutes on the prize entries. Alright. Print beds are all cleared. Alright, so that sucks. So it missed the whole side corner there. Ooh. That looks like garbage. Yeah, that didn't hold very well at all. I think I got some steps missing there. I haven't calibrated that one yet, so I probably ought to do that. I think my retraction's a little too high on the Tronxy there. This looks like it's starting to gum up, not act right. Yeah, 1 in 5 chance. Well, I'm showing there's 7 viewers, so if you take me out, there's 1 in 6. If my wife is still there, then yeah, 1 in 5. All right. Let's see. Drop it down to 750 or 7.5. Plenty of scrapers. Oh, man. Geez, David, your chances are skyrocketing now. You're getting in there good. All right, let's see, 0, 0, 1. Yeah, all the other stuff looks good. Let's do only max. Wow, that's only it. Forgot the infill. I don't want 1% infill, I want no infill. There we go, 3 minutes. Alright. Something tells me I'm a little off because the step count for the extruder was coming out fine, but I wonder if it's just the Bowden tube like messing it up. I'm wondering if I need to go ahead and just swap out to that blue Capricorn style one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Dylan, go ahead. We'll open it up for like another. Okay, well, I guess I clicked the button and it did it for another 5 minutes, but I can Do it for like another 2. Hey, CNX. Oh, Minnesota Maker want to get in. All right. Well, you're still in there. Yeah, if you already entered, it's still got you in there. Don't worry about it. Doing a prize giveaway. We're doing the print removal tools. Set of these. I mean, they're not the greatest, but you know, I already gave away nozzles, so we're doing that for Sniper Gamer. Make sure you add the other exclamation point at the other end. Don't forget about it, Dylan. Oh yeah, true. No problem, Rover. Right, so man, we're getting a couple of new subscribers tonight. Awesome. All right, we'll close it right sharp at 9. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. And then don't worry, we still got some more prizes for a little bit later. Oof, man, that layer separation. Look at that. Yeah, it didn't do too good. I think it is just this filament because I haven't had any other issues since I put on the E3D, but this filament, yeah, it's the one I kind of overcooked. So I don't think I need to be putting my PLA in my my dehydrator. I think it's running a little warm there. All right, only got just a little bit, and then we're closing it out. Got about 30 seconds left. Right? Now it's 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds left. Trolling, you don't have to keep bringing up the stats. You're making David feel bad. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. And there we go. Close the giveaway. And Frankie got in like right on it. Man, almost didn't make that one. All right. See, I need to get like a whole like drum roll thing going here. If we're gonna do this pick a winner and leave everybody for suspense, I need to do like, you know, Chris did and do the whole drum roll. Boom. Okay. Boot the non-wrenches. Yeah, but that's not fair. I did open it up for everyone. Now later I can. This thing does give me the permissions to be able to make a, you know, only like the regulars or subscribers. So we may do something like that later. Donate isn't showing up. Well, there's supposed to be like a little ticker in the far corner, but I don't know if the system's catching all of them. I think one time it popped up for the coffee one, but I don't know. I'll have to look into all that. All right, here we go. Enough booming around. Let's pick a winner here. And Anthony, you have won. That is awesome. I don't think it comes in if you do the buy me a coffee. I think because it's a whole separate piece, I don't think it's doing it. All right, Anthony. So, if you can, send me either private message, email, and here I will. All right, you can send me an email. I will get this thing shipped out. But yeah, it's print removal tools, not been opened, but they're basically the little mini spatula and the long blade one. So congratulations. I will get that out as quick as possible. Mainly because it's the weekend, it's hard. I can't do anything till at least Monday. So, but I'll get it out like Monday or Tuesday. I've got the post office like right down the street from me, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. All right. Yeah, definitely send that to me and I will get that going. So, on another note, let's get Miss Tronxy printing the cube. And I will double check bed leveling this time instead of waiting till while it's printing. Because it looks like it, where's the, yeah, it wasn't bed level, so it got it a little too thin right there. It did the rest of it nice and glass shiny all the way, so. XL. If they run a little bit small, then like a 2X is fine. Whatever. Then again, if it's the right blend, sometimes I can get into a medium. Be a little more skin tight, but yeah. No, the XL is usually like nice, comfortable feel. So yeah, that'll work. And if you happen to have a spare medium, you can always send one to my wife. I know I can convince her to wear those anytime. She always steals my shirts anyway, so. Actually, you know what? Don't send her one. No. Just, you can send me the shirts so I can actually keep my own shirt that she won't steal from me. That'll work even better. Honey, that you'd have to work out with Scott. But if he sends me a shirt, it's my shirt. Well, I mean, she steals all my other shirts. Like my yellow shirt that I normally wear, yeah, she's always stealing mine. She says it's comfy. And it smells like me. I guess that's what every wife says when they steal their husband's shirts. All right. So, yeah, let's see the temperatures on this. They are a few more degrees on the bed. Oh, that's weird. I guess just send it in a PM, Scott. I don't know. I mean, you've already got the moderator, so it shouldn't be stopping links. That's weird. Alright, 2 more degrees, and then I'll, well, I mean, it's 60 out of 65. That should be good enough. Alright, let's get the bed level going real quick. And I'm going to get this thing out of here because it's just getting in the way. Okay, let's do one left. That looks a lot better. All right, sent you the link. All right, cool. What is that? All right. So here's a good shout out to Scott. Proud supporter of the print negotiator, created by Scott. Very nice. Well, let's get all right. I wonder what in the world that. Wonder if somehow the lenses got an issue because fix the mount plate. Ooh, it's already printing in there. All right, what's going on here? You know, you change one thing. I changed retraction from 9.5 to 7.5. You'd think by it not retracting as much, it wouldn't be an issue. Yep, there's the hammer. Good link, good link. All right, so let's try. Oh, hey, it's a whole different issue then. Now that is not right. Okay. Alright, might get a little loud. think it was a Bowden tube gap, just enough that it got a little caught in there because that was hard to even push by hand. Even at 225, it didn't want to melt it. So we'll try that. See if maybe that was all the issue was. Told you something with this gray. I probably just need to give up on the gray on this printer and just go with something else. All right. Yeah. Hey. It happens. You know. Did it again. What in the world is going on tonight? I mean, we went through that whole E3D piece. I'm just going to stop with this gray. Something is going on with it. It's not even wanting to push through manually easily. It must have a nice, good-sized chunk like this caught in there. I don't know what I did to it. But it definitely was me because when I first opened it up, it had been working great. But I think it is this filament is causing most of the heartache right now. All right, let's get a different color. Okay. Some bright ass red. Don't know if that one's working. All right. Hopefully I won't have to subjugate your guys' ears to that loud fan. Yeah, it probably was over-baked. All right. Trunk seat. Let's do load the filament. I think I might have put something in the wrong order or something, because that's having trouble even now. Trying to swap just to the red, it's not even melting through. You can hear it just popping and clicking as it would get all the way to the extruder, or the hot end itself. I think I got something caught in there. Get a new spool attachment right there, because that thing drives me nuts. I probably didn't tighten something down the right way like I do with all my nozzles. I get a little too excited when I put them together and I don't attach them the right way. Who knows? We'll cool it down and clean it out. Okay. All right. My luck, my luck. I'm gonna do 150 down. Back, and then we'll tell it go ahead and cool. All right. Okay, so while we're doing that one, yeah, what do we got for besides a vase? What else do we think we want to maybe try to print on the Delta? Can throw something together and get it printing while we kind of mess with everything else. Or I guess we got both the Delta and the A8 and maybe even the E10. We could get something going on all of them, other than a base. Wife's kind of done with bases right now. No more. Let's see, what is, yeah, roses. To fill the bases. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that. Still trying to get your Anycubic going. Oh, well, what's going on, Richard? Maybe I can help you out. I don't know a whole lot, but I mean, my Delta has been pretty consistent. I mean, I haven't really had too many issues with it, so I don't mind helping out on that one. Firmware and bed leveling. Okay, so I personally am running into a lot of issues with 1.1.9 of Spike Lee's version. I'm frankly tired of all the little things and people saying, well, change your start and NG codes because of this, because of that. I'm just gonna roll back to 1.1.8 because when I did his on 1.1.8, I didn't have a single issue. The only reason I went to 1.1.9 was because they were saying, well, you'll have better linear advance, which I don't really use, but that was kind of nice. But they said they fixed a lot of issues with the Deltas to make them better. So I was looking forward to seeing what kind of better they were talking about. And then the side piece of it was I got the 701 and 702 load and unload filament commands. But with the crazy amount of issues that I'm having on 1.1.9, I'm still getting prints, mind you, but with all the little oddities, I'd rather just go with 1.1.8. And actually, speaking of which, I could just flash mine now, really. I might as well go ahead and then, so we could do a flash and bed level, get that ready to go, and then we could turn around and do a print. I'm fine with that. So I guess with firmware, what are you having an issue with? Maybe as I'm doing mine, can help go through what you would need on yours. Let me pull my firmware, Marlin config, KLE 118. Copy that. Wrong kind of flashing. Nice try though. Plus, the only thing that it seems like YouTube even really worries about anymore is if you steal someone's song that conveniently is on a royalty-free, you don't have to worry about it site, they still tag you. I had to submit an email to one of my videos because I went to the guy's site and it says you can freely use our songs. So I used it, and then they tagged me for copyright and had to copy paste that whole bit back to them. Like, okay, so you just said that I could freely use it, so then why are you doing this? Why can I not use it without getting in trouble? This doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Sorry, just trying to get the piece going here. Get all my files over into my Arduino. Oh, you know what? I need to do this other one. Come on, go to the next page already. Having custom music made for my videos. Yeah, I reached out to one of the girls that I know from when I was stationed in the military over in Fort Bragg. Her daughter actually is doing part of up and coming music career, and I said, hey, if you want kind of like a free shameless plug, I'll feature your music. That's not a problem. So far I've liked it, and she was like, yeah, we'll send you something. But I haven't gotten anything. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna roll back to his 118 here in just a second, because yeah, 119, I don't know, it's got some issues for real. All right, we will go to desktop. There we go. All right, configuration. I know it says, but there's his spike 118. Should all be there. I just want to double check, make sure I didn't overlook something. Ugh. I hate that auto-tune menu because it never works right. I never know what it's doing. Okay, PID bed is on. Okay, that's fine. Though I don't really use it. Aha, there we go. I knew I was going to overlook something if I didn't going this route. Okay, where is... I thought that was the canopy. That's cool. One of the guys from Facebook. Alright, so I need both of these. Notepad. Get that out. Alright, so. Oh, that's the advanced age. No wonder. Alright, so where is the other code? So I made a few minor modifications, but it's not on that file. Where I thought I saved it. Yes. Cancel. Okay. Alright. Is it this one? This is, yeah, this is my XFS. Okay. How is it that I keep... I'm gonna lose my mind tonight. I swear. Anybody explain to me why when you're trying to show something, that's when Windows all of a sudden just goes, yeah, I'm not gonna play nice. Like every time. I just don't get it. There we go. Alright. So this is the extension that I made. So I take out these and I put in this. So, of course, there's some other stuff in the configuration advanced that I look for as well. But essentially, by doing that, you can measure out your Bowden length and then how long the throat, and then so it already gives you your maximum for your feed rates for when you do like filament change with or without the 701 702 thing. This will set it so when you say change a color, it's already got the proper distance and speeds to get it to work right. So let me go ahead and measure. I don't remember what my KLP actually is. Where's my ruler? So we are going to go from top. plus 240 plus 70, so 610 instead of 660. So we will make this just to make sure we have it. 620. That should be good for the throat length. We can adjust it if necessary. And everything else should be good on here. It's a delta because this is his. For the version 1 probe, I have version 2. So you have the blue with the smaller piece. Hold on, let me. Bam. KLP. You have that blue, this smaller one with the that weird little micro switch. Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm using. Ugh. That is the one I use. So yeah, I can send that over to you. I can send you both the configuration and configuration advance. That way you got it. And it is the linear advance, right? It's not the pulley. Or it's the linear plus, sorry, not, okay, cool. Yeah, everything else should be right on here. So for yours, you should just have the fixed mounted probe. But again, I'll send you the whole thing that I've got. So yeah, I had to change, make sure that that was on, and then this you're always going to change, you know, based off of probing itself. And because it sits directly under the nozzle, those would be zeroed out. And you shouldn't have to change really anything, because this is set up for the version 2 probe. Yeah, you do need a delta one day. FT5. Yeah, after the Ender 3, definitely. No. Yeah, really, I mean, like, as I go down this, the only thing, like, I don't like that being on, because I think it's just a waste. I turn on my encoder steps, because I want a little more precision. And really on here, there's not too much else you really need to change from this one. Yeah, so it's just the advance is the only other one that I change, and that the only thing I really change in here is in the filament change section. Get down to it. Alright, so in the advanced pause, which is where when you do the M600 like filament change command, this is where it's already enabled and will let you swap it out. This is where you can set like a lot of the feed rates and everything. So like I do 90. Ugh, man, this alignment drives me nuts. Sorry. Filament change, unload. I do 75. This is where I do that variable. You know what? I'll move everything over. Let me get all these set and then I can help break it down basically what you would expect. After I've played with this for quite a while now, I think I've got it down pretty well. All right, load feed rate, we want that to be 20. Load filament, change feed rate, right? Change load feed rate. After this, so this one is going to be here as well. Feed rate. This is the slow feed rate. Do 20. Some of the options between the 118, 119 are a little bit different. So sometimes it takes a bit because they change the wording too. .119 I think is defined a lot better than this, but you know, let's see. I do 60 on mine. 5 beeps is good. Head on pause. Okay, all right. Pause, park on nozzle, timeout, number of beeps. Advance pause, extrude. All right. So the basic rundown is the initial retract overall speed is going to be 90. The filament change for unloading is going to be 75, and that's so it does the nice pull. But it's only going to do 90 or 2 millimeters at 90. And then it's going to go 75 at the total length of that we defined earlier in the advance, and then the load is going to be slower. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, it's going to be 75, so it'll go both directions. And this one also does the total length that we defined earlier, and then it'll slow it down to 20 millimeters and do an additional 25 millimeters at 20 millimeters a second to do kind of like the once it's in the hot end to only push it out kind of slow. It does a 1 minute timeout before it'll cool down the nozzle, and it'll beep it 5 times. So yeah, the total extrude or the EXT is defined way up here, where we threw that extra bit in. right here. So we measure the Bowden length, we get the throat length, and then that's what it's doing. It's adding those two together to get your total extrude. So, and then your extrude max length, I had it do as a variable, so it's going to do plus 10 over that, so it'll extrude a single thing. It won't air out when you do this loading because you got to have that variable higher, and this is now making it dynamic. Or you could just turn off the prevent lengthy extrude. You can kind of do either way. All right, so we'll go ahead and verify that, and I will be right back. Let me get caught up here. Yeah, King, I can definitely agree with that one. Just let I get a second. Oh, they would breed. Yeah. I'll shut off the light. Yes, it is about 10 o'clock. So we. Oh, of course, I always forget to reset the board from ANET. Yeah, 19 mega. Okay, let's just compile that. Okay. Where's my thing? No, chat box. There we go. All right. So let me make sure I got that down. Move that out of the way there. All right. Okay. Reset that. Yes. Use a timer. We will go a full 10 minutes this time. I'm gonna make the command a little easier. So just watch it on this one. Well, nah, I'm gonna leave it the same because I've been doing it, so I don't want to mess anybody up. All right. Timer is going. Let's get that verified and going. Nice. $80 new. That is outstanding. All right, Scott, I will give you control over this one. If you want to do a two-part, we can do two-part. If you want to just do this one for the massive, for the filament, and whatever else you want to throw in there, we can do that. Since, I mean, it would be your shipping costs. So, I mean, whichever way you want to do it, buddy. Or if you're having all that other stuff, you know, like I said, you can throw it in. If it's just the filament, that's fine. If you want to do filament and then a second one up to... Why are you leaving it up to me? All right, we'll do the one mass one then. So the filament plus, I guess, the belts, we'll do it all together. Make it one nice big end of the night prize. All right, so it's archiving this. I'll go ahead. Stream. Yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and hook up the Delta so we can flash as soon as that's done compiling there. Go ahead and plug. Plug that in. Oh, and David, once you get yours up and printing, I'll send you the link to it. But there's, oh, I don't even have the thing on right now. Hold on. All right, so it's only using 65%. So I mean, it's got plenty of area there. Hey, Chris, you're like cutting it in right during little mini contest subscriber giveaway right here at the end. We already did nozzles. Matt won that, and then one of the other new guys got print removal tools. So we're doing a filament, and I think it's some GT2 belt. So, but yeah, I'll send you the link. For anybody, I'll put it in the description at the end too, but Richard, and for anybody else, but I put this, it's this little bracket that goes right around the probe, and I'll try to get it in the probe camera here. All right, so on the probe, you just basically slide that right around it, and then if it ever bottoms out, as you see, the tip of the probe still comes out, but then it won't smash it, because I've smashed this thing I don't know how many times into the bed, but it'll help prevent from it cratering into the bed and actually like damaging the switch. So I'll put a link into it. It works great so far. So yeah, we'll run this for 4 more minutes. So we will go ahead and we're desktop. So we will go ahead and flash. Make sure my it's not getting the port number. Why is it not getting the port number? Looks clear on my side, but then again, it always looks clear on my side, so I'm not really a good judge on that one. I'm gonna make sure where my driver's at, because it looks like it's not liking the console for whatever reason. Doot. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Huh. Yes, I know. COM 11 is not available. That is weird. Why isn't it giving me my... Okay, that's a little sketchy. Fine. We'll just quit and relaunch. Yep, definitely, Chris. I'll see you tomorrow. I love the Hangouts. I just need to figure out how to get my Google Hangouts to even work correctly to begin with. So I wanted to try to do the same kind of thing with Scott, but I'm not that great at that part. Let me make sure this is the same one that I had. Yeah, okay. Tools. Why are you not... Alright, well, if anybody can kind of shed some light, this is a little weird. Like, it's holding on to COM 9 and not giving me a selector for the port. Yeah, only got like a minute left. So, no, Scott, the slicer is no longer running. Don't tell me I was an idiot for that. Alright, come on. No, it's still not wanting to... plug it in direct. I had the extension cable going, but maybe that extension cable is acting all crazy tonight. Oh. Wow, it's still grayed out. Like, it for real does not want to let me use it. Yeah, because it still says it's on COM 11 on the computer. I mean, I've got it right there. No disconnect issue. That's strange. Alright, well, we'll try launching our Arduino one more time. Why? Stupid thing. Of course it doesn't want to play nice. Alright, well. Alright. Sorry to hear you've been traveling a lot. Is that work related there, Chris? Come on. Of course, Windows wants to act up tonight. That's probably what it is, just Windows being stupid. Alright, 118 Marlin, go, and configuration advanced, copy. Come on, let's keep scrolling down. Alright, just a second and I'll pull a winner. Let's see who the final winner of tonight shall be. Come on. There we go. Scroll down. There we go. Alright. So, sketchbook. Alright, so I need to copy. Paste. Overwrite. Okay. Bring this over. Okay. Take that out there. Put that in here. Whoa, what in the hell? Okay, so two different computers both doing the same thing. That is very strange. Let me just straight turn off the printer. And we'll check one more quick. Alright, I don't know what's going on with that. I'll figure it out. But let's go ahead and get this winner. Okay, over here, and here we go. King, you win. Nice. Congratulations. And if I remember right in the earlier chat, didn't you just say that you just ordered some belt? Hey, that's up to Scott, because even though I'm running the contest, yeah, I mean that's up to him. So Isaac Clark, thanks for I guess locking yourself out. I'm sorry, buddy, but yeah. All right, David. Have a good night. Playing time. All right. Hey, Chris, thanks for stopping by. If you guys are doing a hangout tomorrow, that'd be awesome. Love to catch up with it. Well, I can always tell it to pick another winner if you want to do that. There, King Scott. If you want to try it, want me to pass it off, I can always do that. You let me know. I mean, all I have to do is click pick winner again, and it should pick somebody else. Alrighty. We will click pick winner. See, hopefully it doesn't crash this thing. Alright, so I think it's alright, here. It's just doing the same thing, so let's do reset. Yeah. Open. Alright. Go ahead and y'all do it again real quick, since apparently this thing doesn't want to let me reset it. Or you just pick a secondary winner. I thought it was supposed to be able to, but I guess it's not doing it. Hey, if you're still here in Minnesota, go ahead and re-enter if you want. Hey, David, if you're still here, I guess you can redo it. Let it go for at least another 2 minutes, so just in case there was that hiccup. Sorry about all that. That's weird that the button, even though you said pick winner, it just redid the same name, and it didn't want to like do anything else. It's a little weird. we'll let this run for about another minute. Anybody else want to jump in on this last little bit? I mean, right now I've only got 3 entries. It's weird that that light. Alrighty, we'll give it that extra time, so we will close that one. So we got a 33% chance of winning. And here goes our final winner. And Rover. Good job. Congrats. I know. Well, I mean, it was only 3 people that even joined back in on this one. Yeah, everything is right with the universe. Nice. Well, on my desktop, which is the other screen that I was showing, apparently I never installed the UART driver for the console on it, so I'm gonna have to throw that on there real quick, and then we'll do that. But Richard, if you're still having some issues, by all means, hit me up. We can, if we need to do like a one-to-one, you know, Facebook video message or something, just let me know. But I'll still send me an email. Yeah, shoot me an email and I'll give you the email or Facebook message. Same with me. But yeah, Richard, send me an email and I'll send you the package. Because I never have an issue with it, other than the driver apparently doesn't want to respond right tonight, and it could be just my PC is acting crazy. I'm gonna reboot after this anyway, but I'll give you the final configuration and the Thingiverse file for that little bracket spacer for the probe. And if you do need any help past that, yeah, just hit me up and I'll see what I can do to help you out. If it needs to be like I said, a one-to-one Facebook video or Messenger video or however to like kind of work it out, I don't have an issue with that at all. But yeah, send Rover, I guess. Yeah, just link up with Scott. I guess King, Scott, y'all let me know if there's anything you need from me on that one. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for making tonight a success. I feel good. I hope y'all feel good. I know we didn't do a whole lot of stuff, but I'm going to keep plugging away, figure out what's going on with the nozzle. I'm going to take it apart and kind of clean it out. I think I know what the issue is with the with that filament. So, because it started to do the red, but I think I got a ball stuck in there. So I'll get that all cleaned out and back up to running. Yeah, I know, MC time, definitely. Well, all right, everybody. We'll be doing normal, regular hangout next Saturday. I know it's getting close to, well, you know what? Hold on. Next Saturday is Is that Thanksgiving itself? I think it's Thanksgiving itself. So if it is, I probably won't be doing a live, but I may, well, I don't know. I may do a few minutes just to kind of do like a quick little hangout update thing, just to not leave anybody hanging. But I'll send out the information if we're gonna do it. But yeah, if I, oh, it's Thursday. Okay, so yeah, well, then we should do. All right, Rover. I will. Then if the holiday's on Thursday, we'll probably still do the Saturday hangout, and we'll just kind of go from there. But since it's on Thursday, happy holidays, happy Turkey Day. Don't eat so much that you pass out, or do eat so much that you pass out. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you want to do your holiday. Just enjoy time with family. You know, make it a good holiday. Spend some good quality time. Call them on the phone. All that good stuff. You know, it's getting close to Christmas holidays, so we'll just want to keep the spirits bright. You know, look out for people. Get them through some rough times. But yeah, thanks for an enjoyable evening, and we will catch next weekend. See you guys soon.